Ladies and gents, welcome to a new night point of view review. In front of us is the new BYD Sealion 7. This is the top trim Excellence, an all-wheel drive. Together, this is 390 kilowatts of power or 530 horsepower. Now, if I unlock this baby, you're gonna see beautiful front dynamic turn signals, beautiful LED headlights. Now, if we move to the side here, we're sitting on 20-inch alloys. This is a beautiful SUV coupe back end, and we have some red contrasting calipers. It's a pretty good looking. If I try to unlock it one more time, I'll actually lock the car. You can see the lights, and then I will press to unlock it again. So it does this animation. It looks gorgeous. Let me just pop the rear real quick, and we're gonna jump inside because it's pretty cold. You can see here the back. You can press here or use the key fob to close. And this one has, as it says on the back of the car, 0 to 100 in 4.5 seconds, which should be pretty impressive for this big SUV. It's, as you can see, winter and snowy, so let's jump inside so I don't freeze up. Now, you have to always clean your feet from the snow and jump in. Okay, so yeah, ignore the message. There's a message that this car should go to service, and I'm pretty sure they will do that after I return the car. Now, let's buckle up. Okay, I was actually waiting some time for this car, honestly. Let me just see what I'm gonna do with my hoodie. Okay, so this is the BYD's top of the line or flagship model, and you can see a little bit of the interior. If I engage these lights, we have the light interior. You can see the ambient lights. Now this one is a little bit more posh. I'm comparing this to the Seal U and the Seal, and it has this upgraded infotainment. Now a few of my cons or objections, since I'm a Tesla owner, is that the infotainment didn't have like a YouTube app. This one has it. You need to use Wi-Fi to connect in order to watch YouTube. But it turns out, since this is a press car, they can't really give you all the features like the app, simply because the car needs to be registered to a user, which is done once the car is sold. So you can download apps, and you have here Amazon Music. I'm pretty sure I saw, yeah, Spotify, YouTube, so you can do that. And a second thing that I didn't see on the other models, but this one does have it. If I go to the navigation, just real quick demo here, I'm in Zagreb, currently in Croatia. If I type Samobor here, that's where I go do my day point of view driving. It will actually tell me the estimated arrival range. So here's 54, and it says I will arrive with 47%. So that's the key information I was looking for. That is really important in traveling with an EV. I will also do separate range tests with this car. So we're gonna see winter conditions. Can we make a 300-kilometer trip mixed terrain? It is currently minus six degrees. I will disable the annoying speed limit shim, and since there is this infrared camera for eye monitor system, I will also real quick go to the actually not ADAS. I've switched it up here. It's vehicle, and then you have to go to the end here, cabin perception, driver monitoring system off, so it wouldn't be beeping for my, this is if you leave a bag on the back, it will engage an alarm, so I'm gonna disengage that. Anyways, before we head out, cameras, amazing resolution. Look at this. You can see the alloys, you can see the fog light, cornering fog lights. We have those. And you have the 3D view. Yeah, there's a excellent 3D view, there's a 2D view, and there's like a transparent mode as well. So yeah, all the good stuff. Yeah, you can swivel this screen as well. You can have maps as well in this mode, but I personally just prefer the landscape. Before we head out, a little music here, just a little demo. It's late, so let's see if we can play something. You know the drill, I can't play for too long. This is some sort of dance techno or something, I'm not really sure now at this late hour. Yeah, all the good stuff, FM, AM, DAB+, and so on. Amazing sound system. I think this is Dyne Audio, yes. So before we head out, sorry for the really long introduction, just not to forget, you press here, you can switch through navigation. There's a speed limit for the winter tires, and there's a timer for the sport mode if you want to count your 0 to 100. And there is this power consumption, there's the cumulative, and there's tire pressure. I'm gonna reset this one, it was at 24, and head out. Okay, so yeah, again, really sorry for the long introduction. It's just, to be honest, I'm doing first the night review. I haven't driven the car that much today besides the consumption test, and it's just I'm really short with the time. It was a vacation, and you know, a little bit of different timing. I will definitely reduce the climate here because I'm getting hot. So yeah, there was a stop sign, so I should stop, although it's like really late hour, but you know, it's a good habit, you know, respecting the stop sign. Okay, this car is amazing. It is amazing, and it is such a good, comfortable SUV. Now, plenty of power, but not to get ahead of myself and rush this. Let's just, you know, get through the usual order. I'm going to talk about suspension. So this one has 20-inch alloys. You can definitely feel they're 20-inch. It does have the adaptive suspension, and it's a frequency adaptive, so it adapts to the road and according to the speed. It gets either stiffer or softer, and it soaks up most of the imperfections, but this is a heavy car, and with those 20-inch alloys, they're doing a good job. But if you had maybe like 19-inch or 18, you'd have more range and better comfort. But they went for the looks, so naturally, you know, they spec 20s. But this one feels a bit firmer compared to the Seal U, which felt like a boat. It was just too soft. Some people will appreciate that, some definitely prefer this, so more sportier, firmer ride. It gets firmer, and sometimes it's just like soaking up the road. So yeah, it's just adaptive, but it's not electronic. It's just like two mechanical valves that react to frequency, and they stiffen up or loosen up depending on the frequency of the shocks or of the surface. So it reacts to the surface. Now, yeah, 530 horsepower, all-wheel drive. This is the best spec. This is also the most expensive one. The price is, I hope I didn't mix it up, 57,600 almost here in Croatia for the top spec. Yeah, it's competing with the Model Y, I would say, price-wise, but with the Model Y performance that has, I think, a little bit more, but I would say it's a computer, you know. you as a customer will decide which one's better for you personally. But I would say this is a really excellent SUV. It's comfortable, it looks great. Now, I would say this is something for those of you who are not into Tesla and who are looking for something different. This has a little bit of dose of comfort, good looks, and one of the big advantages, I didn't mention this, we have a large 91.3 kilowatt hour usable LFP battery and an 800 volt architecture. So that is big battery. In summer you should be able to do 400 kilometers on the highway, no problem. Now you can also charge this battery to 100%. It has double the cycles compared to the standard batteries, and this is also BYD's Blade battery, which is one of the most safest batteries. So thanks to LFP chemistry and the Blade construction, it's not going to catch on fire, so extra safe. So if you're also going on a long run, keeping this car, the more cycles, this will not degrade fast regarding range, so that's also great. And the only thing that might get outdated fast, and that's just reality with EVs because they're just computers with batteries that are cars as well, it's the infotainment. I mean, they can potentially push updates to a certain point, and then the reality is they will not upgrade your hardware, and in 5 to 10 years this is going to be outdated. There's going to be like AI chips. They're actually not AI, they're capable of running this new algorithms. They're faster, they'll be able to drive cars by themselves. But I'm just saying this to give you a little perspective, but still this is a good purchase in 2026 nonetheless, and I think you're going to be really happy. The car really drives well. The road here is not slippery. There's a lot of salt. As you can see here, I can just confidently go into the bend and floor it. I do have winter tires, of course. There is no black ice here, don't worry. So all of these roads are salted, so no ice. This imperfections here, I can feel them a little bit because the car is heavy. I actually haven't checked the weight, but otherwise it's pretty good. Regeneration, I'm in a high setting. They're just like normal and high setting. It is not really strong recuperation as in my Tesla or Teslas in general. I do prefer one pedal driving. This one doesn't have one pedal driving. It's more like classical automatic, which does have a little bit of recuperation. When you fully stop, auto hold engages, and it's like a classical automatic. You need to engage the brakes, but the good thing about that is that you are burnishing your brakes, so there won't be rust buildup, which is a con of one pedal drive. Now also the brakes are good, but there's a lot of travel when they start engaging and gripping fast, but it's not late, but it just has this little bit of travel. It's not harsh or hard at the beginning, if I'm going into the details. I gotta say, I love the interior. The seats are really good. In all of the cars, the seats were amazing, very comfortable, and no complaints there. The steering wheel, my first observation when I got in, it's a little bit different. It's covered by leather. It has this stitching on the in the center, on the where the airbag is, or the honk or the horn, and this one is a little bit at an angle, and it feels like my first thought was, man, this looks like a bus steering wheel or a semi truck. I think the angle is like maybe different, just slightly, or I don't know, maybe it's just the design here that kind of reminded me of buses or bus steering wheels for some reason. Yeah, that's it. Otherwise, I don't have any complaints about the car. The overview is good. The back end, although narrow, you can still see behind yourself a little bit further away. You have those excellent cameras, and it's really not a problem parking this big SUV because you really have a good overview. I hit that manhole and it's still comfortable, so the adaptive suspension just works it out. We're getting to the highway. I will floor it a little bit. I will kick it to sport mode. Interesting here, let me just show that. Just to slow down here, we have a sport mode, and if I leave the sport mode, I think that the theme had changed. There's eco, snow, and normal. Yeah, the snow mode here, you can see it changes. The background is now blue. I believe it just gives you a little bit more traction if you're actually driving on snow. This is the eco, normal. It looks the same. I thought the sport was changing, but I guess I was wrong. So that's that. Power consumption currently is 19 kilowatts, which is not bad, but we passed maybe like only a few kilometers. So after my vacation, I was needing a little bit time to, and get back on track. You can see this camera is so excellent. You can see like when you're cornering, like what's going on. It's really amazing. So once again, thanks to the low center of gravity, this car feels like it's on rails. Again, all-wheel drive just feels amazing. Yeah, it is just very stable in the bends, even if you go faster in these conditions. Okay, I'm gonna merge in here. Okay, wasn't expecting this guy to come back to the right lane so fast. Okay, let's move to the left lane. We're gonna punch it here. So this is like the normal driving mode. And let me just go back to the driving modes and just quickly floor it, and we're gonna then continue driving according to the speed limits. You can see the automatic long beam. Now I'm gonna slow down back to the normal driving mode. Driving 100. Now the acceleration is not so savage as in Tesla, but it's just gradual. It's not super fast, but it does respond when I floor it. Now I'm driving here. Let's just slow down to 100 once again. It's like a rough and smooth patch of asphalt, and it's such a good soundproofed car. It's really amazing. And if I go to 130, this is 130. It's an SUV, winter tires are on, so there's a little bit of tire noise, but and a little bit of side mirrors, so around the A-pillar, but otherwise really good. If I engage the cruise control, I can set up the speed here, and it keeps me in the lane, so that is great. If I go to the right here, it will correct me, but it's going to keep me in the center, so it doesn't do the ping pong thing. And I can set the distance here, so there's like 4 settings. or I can disengage it. So, you know, it's really excellent. Yeah, the speed limit 80 here just doesn't make any sense. But, you know, we're not going to be super fast. We're just going to be like around 100. Yeah, comfortable SUV. And I think with a large battery, this one is really an excellent cruising machine. I'm trying to think maybe of a con, but so far, the things I've mentioned about the infotainment, those were a few of the options, few of the things that I criticized, but in this one, you have that. Now, I'm not really sure why BYD didn't bring this to the Seal U or the Seal, but I think it's due to the fact that those are the older models. So this is the newest one, so it's logical that it has all of this, but still I've expected them to, you know, just add this via software update, over the air updates. So that would make to me personally as a Tesla owner more sense, and for some reason they just didn't do that. So that's a little bit disappointing. I'm hoping BYD will maybe do that. Maybe they're gonna surprise you in 2026. If you're a Seal owner or a Seal U, I don't know. I'm hoping, because this is one of the reasons why I personally went with a Tesla. Before that, BYD wasn't available in Croatia's market, but it's something I really enjoyed in a Tesla, and I would like to see this in BYD and other cars in general, and not just EVs, but cars in general. Okay guys, I did remember, maybe this is not a con, but a one feature: massage seats. Yes, Tesla also doesn't have it. Not too many EVs have this, but that would make this car perfect if it had massage seats. Heat pump I didn't mention, but it's standard in this model, so you know it's very efficient. So our power consumption, a little bit of highway here, is 22. So you can see the pattern here. I guess that's just standard consumption, but again, you're driving a big SUV, so you know, I'm curious, maybe in the summer this will be far less. Again, this is not extreme, but it is cold, -9 degrees outside. But this car is also very fun in the bends on an open road, not just the highway, regarding cruising. So yeah, it should give you definitely better power consumption if you're just cruising on an open road. Okay, the ADAS here is trying to now, you know, correct me, but I think it's realizing that there's a snowbank here and that the lane is occupied. And now there's security here. Now I don't think we will be able to test our headlights like we used to, but what we can test is 0 to 100. Should be 4.5 again. Sport mode. Let me just find the timer. In sport, just modify long press, confirm to entry. Okay, there we go. Sport mode. Hold the brake, press the accelerator, release the brake. Oh, it's better. Okay, brake test. Have them really press them deeply immediately, but 6.3 seconds. So that's not as advertised. Okay, there's some snow here, and there's this ramp, so I'm just gonna go on the snow. Should be able to back out. You can see the performance of the headlights here. I know there's a ramp in front of us, but if I reverse here, there's building there, so you can see the performance. It shoots pretty far, so yeah, you can see that. So you can see the performance of the headlights. I'm in a sport mode, so it's definitely not recommended driving on the snow. But let me just check this. Let me see here on the snow. I know this is like a really short snow demo, but let's just see how the car. Yeah, it's just easier the snow mode, I guess. Okay, easy, get out. Okay, we're out. Okay, the conditions are not perfect for a sport mode or a launch. To wrap it up, also one of the good stuff, this car can charge on DC up to 230 kilowatts, which should charge from 10 to 80 in around 26 minutes. And thanks to the 800 volt architecture, pretty fast. But I would say, considering everything, this car is not necessarily a performance oriented like the Model Y, but more as a stylish, comfortable SUV. So it is, price wise in a very competitive area. So BYD is trying to fight here for customers, but nonetheless a very nice posh SUV. One of the things I do like about BYD is their pedestrian warning system. So it's not too loud. It's the same when you go back and forward. AC charging is 11 kilowatts on this charger, but also it has a great feature that Tesla still doesn't have in all of their cars, and that's vehicle to load up to 3.3 kilowatts. So you can charge appliances if you're going camping, for example, with your battery. So that's amazing feature for me personally, and my car doesn't have that. So one of the big advantages is vehicle to load, and in future hopefully all EVs will have this, is vehicle to load and a vehicle to grid, where you will be able to use your car as a power bank for your home or for your house, in case you have a solar roof, so you can store energy in it and use that energy later. So that's that. I'm gonna wrap it here because this video can be very long if I keep talking, but I think I've summed it all. It's a pretty good SUV. Gonna wrap it up here. You can see here your trip computer, electricity use, how many kilowatts, mileage, and time. So I'm gonna get out. I'm gonna show you the car from the outside one more time. You can hear the fans, they're venting the garage. Ooh, it is a really bad sparking spot here. Very dirty. Puddles from all the ice and snow melting from the cars. I'm going to log the car. You can see it one more time. Let me just do a quick walk around. I was hoping to park where there are some, lights above. Ooh. This is the back end, so yeah, there's just so much puddles here. Not the best decision for the parking spot. That's it. I'm gonna wrap it up here. Once again, lights on and off. Thank you for watching, and hope to see you in the next one. Stay tuned for the range test and charging speed. I'm gonna do the test for that as well. See you in the next one. Bye.